chairpersons and read the paper and talk, give a speech before you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Honorable Chairman, Honorable Mika from Mashingo. Welcome once again to you all members of the press. I've got a statement that I have to read here on behalf of all chairpersons, the MDC chairpersons nationwide. It's actually addressed to the MDC 5th National Congress, CC, the National Council, reference candidate nomination. We, the MDC Provincial chairpersons, after robust consultations with MDC Provincial, District, Ward and Branch leaders and members, hereby make this submission to the National Council that we condemn and do not agree with the marginalization of the provinces, the districts, the wards, and the branches in nominating candidates for the MDC 5th National Congress. It has always been a preserve of the provinces and structures under them to nominate Congress candidates, as evidenced by the past 4 Congresses. It is scandalous, authoritarian, and a gross violation of the party's constitution for the National Council to usurp such a critical element of our democratic processes and dispensation. The power structure of the MDC-T is determined by its members through the tiered structures starting at the branch level. Elections are conducted at branch level to elect the branch executive committee. The branches then elect ward executives, who in turn elect district executives, who in turn elect provincial executives, who in turn nominate candidates for Congress, who then are subsequently elected for national party positions by Congress delegates as constituted. This is the process that has been established throughout the existence of this party. We do not recall any consultative process or meeting held to deviate from this established precedents. Any nomination process outside this democratic norm is ultra-vires the party constitution and therefore null and void. We will be remiss and derelict of our constitutional duty as provincial leaders if we allow such a gross violation of values, ethics, and principles that are fundamental cornerstones of our democracy. Martin Luther King Jr., a world-renowned fighter for civil rights, once asserted that he who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps to perpetrate it. He went on to add that he who accepts evil without protesting it is cooperating with it. We, the undersigned MDCT provincial chairpersons, declare the Congress slated for tomorrow, December 18, 2022, to be null and void, as it did not follow due process in the nomination of candidates to contest for national leadership as constituted. We therefore demand that the nomination for Congress delegates be conducted by provincial structures has always been the norm in the party. We arrived at this decision as constitutionalists to safeguard the existence of the MDCT as a going concern and to regain its position as Zimbabwe's largest opposition party that is ready to govern. It is inconceivable to expect Zimbabweans to entrust their hopes and future aspirations to a party that does not adhere to its own set of rules. My dear colleagues, I humbly submit that we as chairpersons undersigned do hereby go along by this. Unfortunately, you cannot see some of our chairpersons here. Some of them have been scared of coming because they've been intimidated. Some of them have opted to stay away because of the level of violence in the party. This is not the norm that we know of the MDC. We hope to put an end to all these deviations. Thank you. Any questions, if any?
Yes,
One or two questions.
you do mention that there are other undersigned chairpersons. If we may know their names, who are these other chairpersons who are in support of this notion, or is it not a lone appeal?
We've got the MDC, it's MDCT US Provincial Chairperson, Chairman Honorable Denmore. We've got myself, Chairman Gift Konjana of Mashonaland West. We've got Matabeleland South Provincial Chairperson, Chairman Ekem Moyo. We have my colleague beside me, the Mashingo Provincial Chairperson, Chairman John Nyika. We've got other provinces that have, provincial chairpersons that have chickened out, but we've got some provincial executives that we've been working with them on this document. Thank you.
Are you together with the Comrade Mzuri? I've seen he's been posting on Twitter saying that he's not contesting because he's not here about the process. So are you together with the Honorable Mzuri?
That's his constitutional right to participate or not to participate. Unfortunately, we stand as provincial chairpersons. Mr. Mzuri, Honorable Mzuri, is still our vice president, and he is not part of this process. But we, as provincial chairpersons, have taken this stand to make sure that we defend the party.
Are you not taking this position because maybe you lost in the nomination process? So maybe you are bitter, or you are, so everything becomes unfair because you're not nominated or something.
We as provincial chairpersons, let's say, we, all of these chairpersons, we did not contest any position at Congress. Neither were we willing to contest. No. But myself, after the National Council, I went back to my province and started the provincial executive, including chairpersons, to give a report back. And they denied it, alleging me, why do you go there without consulting us? And I told them, no, the things were not done properly. So they wrote a letter, I think they got a letter from districts of Mashin,
To add on to that,
of which I am not part of it. They just wrote their letter, sent it through FedEx.
to add on to that, this process, in fact, we, as alluded to earlier on by my colleague, we did not contest as provincial chairpersons. We only had one chairperson who contested from Matabeleland North. However, he's also part of the provincial chairpersons that is protesting against this. He, from the onset, he actually said, no, I cannot be part of this when you had been nominated. After all, I'm sure you know that historically we had another split in 2019, where we had the same thing happening in the MDC when we had President Chamisa as the president of the party. He actually did exactly the same thing. And now, if we are not going to stand up like we did in 2019, it shows that we may have been hating President Chamisa as a person. That's not the norm in the MDC. We do not hate individuals. Neither do we hate SANU-PF or Mnangagwa. We hate the system that they are using. This is the same stand that we are taking. We hate the system. We want the system that is enshrined in the Constitution to take place, and not otherwise.
President Gonzora would say that the nomination was actually done, and many people were nominated, and those that were probably speaking outside are only speaking this because they failed to get nominated. Was there not a due procedure for nomination that really happened last week?
Like I said in my report, that the due process has to start from the provinces. At provincial executives or provincial congresses, we have all our members being present, being part of the process. We've got branch chairpersons, we've got wards, we've got districts participating in all this. This will also give those people from those lower structures a chance, if they want to lead this party, to participate as candidates. Now, the process starting from starting from the National Council meant that all these members were disenfranchised, and we cannot have such a thing happening in the party. That's not the normal thing to happen, to do. To do a congress in the party.
So who do you blame for what you say is a failure to follow procedure?
We blame the convener, the president.
Have you tried to reach out to him? Is it an internal processes?
This is an internal process, and it's starting now. Thank you.